in the bloody catering.
What soils my memory of the production, and it always comes back to me, is it was the combined drinking and lovemaking at all hours, which really did, I thought, insult my intelligence, because I wasn't running a circus in my book. I wasn't running a circus. I wasn't running some shoddy cowboy outfit, and at times.
I'm sorry you think that.
Well, you and Dean were seen on set naked and photographed that way.
I don't remember that at all.
No, you don't remember that.
I don't, I don't doubt that.
Dean don't remember it either. But it's on film.
There was a lovely little thing called Tika, was she called? She had a twin sister. Beautiful girl that I got actually confused. And because the way that the actual caravan was, there was 2 doors. I was in one side, Dean was in the other. And drink had flowed, and I didn't know whether it was Tika or her sister had gone in one door, come out the other. Dean had gone in one door, Tika had come out, I'd gone in the other. Absolute mayhem, but such good fun.
I think at an early age it's important to tether your beast. Otherwise it can run riot. And in the days of Darkplace, I have to say, Todd, you and Dean ran riot.
Well, let me say one thing about that. I would say a man who behaves like a beast shall never suffer the pain of being a man. Yet a man without love is like an orchard without cherry blossom. That's the way I feel about it now. I've mellowed, I think.
We have restored Darkplace to as near its original condition as we can get it. But a lot of the film is lost in the Thames. There was a police raid on my house and I had to get rid of certain articles sharpish. In that mix-up, I ended up dumping half of Darkplace in the bottom of the Thames. There's no going back from that. I apologised to Garth. He understood. He's a good friend. But this is partly why we're yakking so much in this, just to fill up the bloody time. The editing was done in the old way, on an old flatbed editing thing, which is why it sometimes jumps around. Because once you cut, you cut. And we cut with scissors, and we just threw the stuff away that we didn't want. So sometimes we'd cut it, throw what we thought we didn't want away, and just think, oh, we could have used that, but by that time we'd scrapped it. Or it was covered in beans or something,
I never really saw myself as an actor. I had acted at school. I played a shepherd in the nativity play. The year after that, I played one of the kings in the nativity play.
Garth's not bad. He could have gone on to do other things, possibly. I don't think he's that interested, but, he seemed to, remember his lines, which I suppose he should do as he wrote them that morning.
I do tend to, do a little bit of Stanislavskian. Have you heard of him? Stanislavskian psychotechnique. Do you know what that is? I do that.
2 takes, yeah. If you can't, basically nail the thing in 2, then you're, pissing in the wind, I think.
If you can't get it in 1 take, then you're not an actor, in my opinion. It's an odd one. Dean's not an actor. But I told him at the time I didn't want an act. Not interested. I want the truth. Dean's one of the truest people I've ever met. He will not lie to me. So I just wanted that. I wanted to capture him. As far as I was concerned, he's my boss of sorts. It was more about not wanting to have anyone else as my boss who I couldn't trust. I don't like being bossed. I don't like having a boss. And I knew that if I cast anyone in the role of Thornton Reed, I'd probably sack them within a couple of weeks because they'd just rub me up the wrong way.
Dean had never acted. Now, I know Dean. I mean, I'd known Dean for a fair few sort of years before we actually did this. He never spoke about, sort of wishing to act. It was just about saving money. yeah, Dean had never acted at all. I remember on the first day that we got there, we had to do some sort of camera tests. And first thing, Dean would do this. It would be a case of him going, "Can you see what I'm doing there? Now, just by blinking of the eyes, I'm making myself weaker. You see, as an actual performer, one is much weaker, when blinking the eyes." So I said, "Dean, stop. Think about next month's rent. Think about your tax bill, trying to bring the guy down." Straight away, he got it.
Any emotion you care to mention, I can do now, thanks to Mr. Todd Rivers.
It comes from the shoes, comes from the feet, yeah, it comes from rhythm.
If I were to do terror, it's not too much, you see. Because before, with terror, I'd be going, "That's too much. That camera's like a bloody magnifying glass. You can see everything. You can see thought. So you're in for a treat. Hope you can't. But it can, actually."
I like his vacancy. I like it. I think there's a rawness to it. It's almost like he's made a pact with Lucifer, and Thornton. I think if the series had gone on, we would have discovered how Thornton Reed had kissed the bottom of Lucifer.
I'm a great believer in Garth's writing, and so I didn't want to do too much with the words. And Todd was saying perhaps I was doing too little with the words. And I thought, all right, I'll take that on board. And so, if I was picking up the phone, instead of just going, "Good morning," which is how I started off, I go, "Good morning." Just give it a little bit of something.
How do you pick up the phone at Beelzebub's?
"Hello, Dean Lerner," is how I pick it up if I'm at Beelzebub's, because it's important to give a good... It's important to give the customer confidence. And so I will pick up the phone and use a bit of a voice. So you're an actor when you're a publisher, so I'll pick up the phone and go, "Hello, Dean Lerner. How may I help you? Can I interest you in a book? Which one would you like?" So that's 2 books on their way to you. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And that makes them feel that they're in safe hands, because the guy's been courteous. He's got the 2 books that they had, that they'd wanted, and he's putting them in the post the next day in a brown paper envelope so that the wife doesn't see.
How would you answer the phone at home?
"Dean."
I think he actually could have made up a lot of those lines while he was going. I mean, it looks as if he did. He's very good, though. He's not an actor, but, not many of them were.
Who are your main inspirations as an actor?
As an actor?
Anyone from Star Trek, really?
No.
Well, I'm speaking personally.
My great inspirations, I've always admired Chuck Norris, but that's really, and I know that he's not a Shakespearean actor as such, but he was the chief